I gave you a hint of what the common mistakes were in the application, but let's talk about the common mistakes the disability policyholders make in the activity of daily living forms, mistake their doctors make in the attending physician statement forms, and traps in medical releases because the policyholder just doesn't know any better and they didn't think they needed an attorney. Are you ready? So you're going to be asked to fill out activity of daily living forms. And the question really is, what do you have problems with? Do you have good days? Do you have bad days? And what do your records say? I think that you need to get your medical records and review them so you understand what your doctor has had to say about what you've reported in terms of your activities of daily living. Now, these questions are very generic and open-ended. They are traps because of that. I like to give very specific answers to questions about what you can and cannot do, but to do it also in the form of a range. Why? Because they may combine this ultimately with surveillance and say, well, you said that you could only walk 1 block and we've got video of you walking 10 blocks. So I think there has to be consistency between what you're putting on the activity daily living form, what's in your medical records, and certainly it has to be consistent with what you're actually doing and maybe even what's being reported on social media. So consistency is key. So where are other mistakes made? Well, they're on the attending physician statement form. The attending physician statement form is a form that the carrier is going to give your doctor that's going to ask questions about your physical restrictions and limitations. And normally that's not necessarily relevant to your occupation and what you can and cannot do. In fact, many times these forms don't ask the right questions on purpose. Yes, I said they don't ask the right questions on purpose because the carrier doesn't really want to know the answers to the right questions. And so as a result, what I do is I will supplement the attending physician form with Social Security disability residual functional capacity forms. Now, I also handle Social Security claims, so I know what forms to add and how to modify the attending physician statement form. So just understand that one of the major traps is found in that attending physician statement form because they're not asking the right questions. There are also traps in medical release forms. You're asked to sign a release that will allow the carrier to get your medical records and to contact your treating physician. I don't like that kind of contact. I want that contact to be not by phone, but to be in writing. I want the questions asked of the doctor in writing so that I can see them, and then I want to see the doctor's reply so I can make sure that there isn't any inconsistency. Unfortunately, the release can be a trap in that sometimes the carrier will say, well, you have a duty to cooperate under the terms of the policy and you can't modify the release. If they say that to you, you need to hire an ERISA disability attorney because the releases can be modified. When I modify the release, I do it in a way that is consistent with the terms of the policy. You have a duty to cooperate with the carrier in their investigation, but I think that investigation has to be framed in a way that's fair to you. And what that means is that I certainly don't want them to call up your doctor and talk to your doctor or the nurse or even the receptionist and have them render opinions in response to questions that aren't accurate or complete. That's why I want all the correspondence from the carrier to the doctor to be in writing, not email, not in any other fashion other than a letter, because I want to be copied with it, and I also want to see the doctor's response because I want to make sure that it is consistent. Look, filling out forms isn't as simple as it seems. Each form is one part of a puzzle, and if you don't have all of the parts of the puzzle or you have the wrong parts of the puzzle, you're not putting the whole picture together. That's why I think it's crucial that you have an experienced ERISA disability attorney help you with your short and your long-term disability application. Give me a call at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation. I look forward to helping you regardless of where you live in the United States.